man with truth is way more stranger than fiction. Guys, the story that I have for you here today is a damn doozy. So let's just pop down up in there and get active. Rubi Rose, who, I'll be honest with you guys, I had no idea who this was. I did a quick Google search on the lovely young lady, and you can think of her as like one of these new Pop-Tart thought female rappers. So you can think of her as like a newer version of like a Megan the Male Horse, Cardi B, Nicki Minaj. You get the picture, okay? But she recently went viral for posting onto her social medias her favorite fan or her top spending fan on OnlyFans, okay? Let's read right here, according to Say Cheese. Rubi Rose shares messages from her top spending fan on OnlyFans, revealing that the simp sucker pansy spent over $90,000 on her and got Rubi's face tattooed on him. Now, what's so crazy about that? I mean, there's already a lot of things crazy about this. Not only is there a tattoo on him, not only has he spent $90,000, and I believe $60,000 of that was within 1 month, but then somehow he got the beat and dropped up in on her. And then there's a photo that she posted along with it. Now, I gotta think, there's potential or particular risk in doing this, in outing that this man conducts himself in this manner. And to a degree, maybe she's trying to create a public record because she's scared of who this guy is, the fact that he can find her, and as well as he's so entrenched and has a mental illness around her so much that he's sending all of this money and sending all of these crazy ass messages to her. Let's get into those very messages. Now, the following here is a screen recording from Rubi Rose, and you can see here, she even labeled it Brandon Weird OF Fan. And you can see that this guy is continuously texting her. What you doing tonight? Why aren't you answering me? I thought we had a genuine connection. Ruby, why aren't you answering me? I've invested so much money into our relationship. Now, mind you, this and everything beneath this was posted as of yesterday. So in one day, you're about to see all of these crazy ass messages. I'm in love with you. Why won't you love me? I would do anything for you. Now watch this. Let me play this because it's actually a screen record. Look at this. There's no way I can read all of this, but you guys can pause it back, go back later and take a look at this if you do so want to waste your time with this. I would never love someone as much as I love you, Ruby. I love you more than Bitcoin. I only love you. This is what you crypto Bitcoin millionaires are doing with your damn money. I will give up everything to have only you to be mine. Please don't ignore me, Ruby. I am sending you more money right now. You are making me cry like a bitch right now by not answering me. I am bawling at the thought, thinking you won't be with me forever. Let me just hit the play button so you can just see all of the messages that happen. Yeah, this is crazy. You can see right here, he says, I want to marry you, and is showing his OnlyFans account as to verify who exactly that she's speaking to. And you'll see there in 1 month, $61,000 spent. I even spent $30K more on you since we met because I thought we had something genuine and real. This boy got a problem. I will empty my bank accounts just to be with you. I travel across the country just to randomly run into you again. I will never be over you. You are the love of my life. This guy's a sick puppy. Let's keep going. Holy moly. Okay, showing her the price of Bitcoin going up. Which is so crazy. And then here goes the text showing the actual tattoo with a video, and he says, surprise, motherfucker, right there as well. What do you think? It took almost 3 hours. I will say that's a short amount of time for a tattoo of that detail. Shout out to the tattoo artist. But I think the craziest or the most egregious parts of the text come right here. I wish nothing more than to spend the rest of my life with you. I can spend all of my money and be homeless just to wake up every day knowing that you are happy. I can watch you have sexual actions with other men just to pleasure your sexual needs. Shout out to Adam22. I can be your sissy boy and let you boss me around while I do whatever you demand of me in my sissy-made outfit. This man needs to be in a straitjacket in a padded room on a goddamn leash. And listen, I'm not here to kink shame, but imagine pouring your entire life into somebody who saves your number as Weird OnlyFans fan. She doesn't respect you, my G. She wants nothing to do with you. She's just siphoning the dollars from you and utilizing your mental illness against you. She did not want to meet up with you. She does not want to see you in a sissy-made outfit. It disgusts her. It repulses her. And she's probably scared to be in and around you in the presence. That's why she continues to ignore you. And if you guys needed any more evidence that this guy has mental health issues, this is the same guy that was on that old school MTV show called True Life. The episode in question, True Life, I'm addicted to corn. But you must understand, my G, no matter what you do, you will never have the access to this woman the way that you want. She's continuing to use you in this situation to increase her clout. She wrote on the Instagram post, "Tat my face on you so I know it's real." By the way, doesn't this look like he has cameras in his eyeglasses? He kind of reminds me of that psycho from that show, You. You guys ever watched that? As long as you have simps like this available in the marketplace, fucking up the economic dating marketplace, as long as you have simps like this willing to donate their left and right kidney and $90,000, fucking up the dating marketplace today, modern women today will not get better. Why? Because this is their God. This is who they want to be. Because they look at the blueprint of influential young women just like this that are appropriating degrees of the sexuality within their music, licking, flicking, sticking, sucking, ucking, and everything in between, and seeing the result or the outcome of these weak, pathetic men giving them money just for existing. And this is what they want to amount up to. We legitimately live in a society today where you can be the lowest forms of society or the most degenerate and get rewarded for it. So in reality, we complain so much about the behavior of the modern woman today, but then it takes pathetic men like this to enable it. No control over their wallets, no control over their own behaviors, with an incessant need to be validated by the lowest form of female on the planet. Sad.
How much money you think you've touched in your lifetime?
My first month, I feel like, if I remember correctly, it was like 30 grand. 50 grand, something like that. That was a long time ago. It's not the same, I'll tell you that. On OnlyFans alone, I've made over $250,000 in like 3 years, 4 years maybe. And like, I had to really be like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what do you have to show for that? You don't own a house. Like, I had a car, but I can't even get into a new one. I can't even afford to get into a new one right now.
Why?
It's like, what the fuck was I doing?
They call themselves experts and business owners and everything else. You're online strippers. When OnlyFans stops, Subway will be hiring.
Imagine accumulating all that money and having nothing to show for it. It's sort of like all of these stories that you hear of these famous athletes that inevitably go broke, like a Joe Smith, because they don't know how to handle their money. If you're gonna do it, at least do it in a way where you could still have access to a house and a car. Imagine putting your entire insides up online for nothing at the end of it, because you blew it all. Absolutely no sympathy whatsoever. She got 30 grand that first month, and to make 250 in 3 years after that means that she was doing 3 to 4 digit months at some point. Absolutely no sympathy whatsoever. She should have taken that 30K and done something better than it than blowing it all. No pun intended. And if she's laughing at these white knights in reality trying to save her, imagine how she feels about the dudes who just pay her money to see her insides. I'm gonna throw the white knights a bit of a bone here and say that it's our biological need to try to fix or solution for the broken around us. But my G, trying to fix a harlot is about as much of a waste of a time as watching paint dry. I personally would never go out with a chick who puts a viscous innards online, but I understand his confusion. But I find it so odd to watch these women so whimsically tell these stories about being S-workers as if being involved in the corn industry doesn't have its detriments.
So I have spoken to people that have been in the porn industry before, and one thing that they pointed to me, which I just think that if people know this, I don't see how any person in good conscience could consume porn, is how high the suicide rates are for women in the industry.
Yeah.
and how drugged a lot of these women are to give themselves the confidence to be able to do what they are doing, and how drugged they are after they do these scenes to be able to try to numb the pain of realizing what they have just done or what they have contributed to. Can you speak a little bit about that?
Yeah, so in 2018, there was like back-to-back suicides. I mean, it was every month. I think it was like 5 or 6 months in a row, somebody was dying. I have probably 15 friends that have died to either suicide or drug overdose. I just lost somebody that I was very close to last year. There's a very high death rate in the porn industry. And as far as drugs, I mean, I was one of those drug addicts. I had left the industry at one point at my 3.5-year mark because I was withdrawing from heroin.
Wow.
And that's when I ended up meeting a pimp, and he got me back into the industry for another 3.
Shout out to Candace Owens for this particular interview. There's a lot of good that can be done towards kind of this anti-glamorization of what it is, of being involved in the porn industry, OnlyFans. If women like this were given more platforms as to talk about the true negative effects of getting your insides pulverized and crushed for public consumption. The porn industry has done a number on the weakification of modern men today, and it's also done a number on the mindset of many of these women.
I'm a stripper. He said, come on, let's go to the VIP. Like, you know, the little section. He was throwing some money or whatnot. He was like, you don't come back? I said, yeah, I ain't never came back. But I had his number, though.
It took me like 3 months to really get a date. So, you know, I got a date. You know, I got a room. Next thing I know, 10 months later, I got a baby. What's
okay.
From him? Made you want to fuck with him? I had all that G around.
See, I was a stripper, you know.
Listen. I had a bankroll. I had like what? 300 ones and $100. Look like you won, my nigga. Yeah.
Look like you won.
He set me up, y'all. He set me up.
I put a baby in and changed her life. You did that on purpose, bro? Yeah. No,
he tried me.
Memphis, y'all need to own this L right here. What's going on in Memphis? This how y'all act down there?
The club there, not in that real. So she can stop them little pretty $300 or $400, ain't nothing.
Blasphemy against the laws.
Absolutely.
That shit's crazy.
Took out the club.
Took her out the club. Oh, you are disgusting. It's a bunch of simps. She'll be right back to stripping once she's over you.
Baby, and it changed her life. I guess that's something. Is that what it takes sometimes?
If I get with a certain stripper, I'm doing the same thing. Draco, if you watching this, baby, I'm telling you. Give me one shot.
Shut up. You essentially got pregnant by your trick, ma'am. She must have been new to the game because she fell for that big-ass chain on his neck and like $300. But hey, listen, they got a baby out of it. All I can do is wish the brother good luck at this junction. Just make sure you get a paternity test. But to the MT Army that's listening to this, please, guys, have higher standards than this. This lovely young lady was kicked out of law school for having an OnlyFans account. But what I find so hilarious is the way that she informed her social media following versus what actually happened. I got asked to leave my degree because of my digital footprint, she says. OF star caught with S-toy filled with boyfriend's ashes, kicked out of university. Sarah Button was once caught with a B-plug filled with her deceased boyfriend's ashes at an airport, and now has revealed that she's kicked out of the university for posting content on social media. Ma'am, is that seriously what you were doing? His family gave you a component of their deceased child, and what you do is that you fill a S-toy with his ashes and use it for content, for money? Are you a necrophiliac? Isn't that illegal? You choose to defile the remnants of his life by desecrating your walls? Not only should this lady be kicked out, but she should also be locked up, and also send the meteor now. Yo, women fought for ages to be taken seriously in the workplace to earn an honest wage, and this is what y'all do. Sell your monkey meat online with your deceased boyfriend's ashes.
You broke up with me.
Because you made an OnlyFans account and I told you not to.
Okay, are you gonna pay my bills? What are you talking about? Bro, really? You
Yo, it's really funny how these adult entertainers seem to regret their life decisions when the curtains get pulled back on the regrettable life choices. But what we never see is the relationship that they threw away for a bit of self-validation as well as for a couple of quick bands. Ma'am, listen to me. Unless your simp, morally decayed boyfriend okays it, you cannot be in a relationship while demonstrating your absolute love for the streets.
I'm not even recording.
Post it. I don't care. I don't want you more.
Holy stop. What the fuck are you doing, bro?
I need you. Take me back. Please. I'm going crazy. Please.
It's hilarious how women who do adult work result into baby crying tears when they get outed for their adult work. You're old enough to sell your beef curtains online, which means that you should be old enough to know that as an adult, you should not be throwing tantrums. Or you should know the true value of taking accountability for your actions. But instead, we get fake tears. Well, your tears mean nothing.
Now I want to show you something really, really beautiful. Excuse me, please. Come on, out of the way. Right. It's that. A 6.2 litre V8 with 700 horsepower, the Grand Cherokee Trackhawk. This is the world's most powerful SUV.
Yo, she's pissed. If more men treated women like people as opposed to goddesses, we would have less of the following type of woman running her damn mouth.
Women nowadays are so high maintenance. What do you bring to the table? Oh boy, I have a lot to say on this. Let's go. First of all, women bring emotional support. We're there to provide comfort and a safe space to come home to. We bring compassion, care, and healing. We bring beauty and femininity. Cause don't lie, bro, you also take pride when your girl is a 10. Your ego gets boosted too when all your friends think your girlfriend is hot.
I don't disagree with the things that you're saying, ma'am. The issue is that many of the things that you name is not quantifiable. You see, calling a woman high maintenance has a dollar amount that is attached to it that we can quantify by the guy's degree of utility, his generosity in dealing with said high maintenance woman. And in general, those high maintenance women are not bringing all of the things that you just talked about. Or if they do, it is not enough or nearly enough to subset the maintenance costs. That's why so many men are looking at the maintenance costs and going abroad for a less expensive option with more benefit given to them of all of the things that you named before.
Don't lie, bro. We're also there to give you a second opinion, to stop you from doing stupid shit. Because we have your best interests at heart. And we want to support your goals, your plan, your vision. And on top of that, we bring intimacy, closeness, empathy, understanding, guidance to the freaking table.
Extremely talented women can bring those things that you label to the table, but the lot of women truly do not have empathy for a man and his plight or the degree of maintenance that it takes to make them happy in this materialistic, westernized civilization. They just expect them to do. They expect the man to be. They don't want to be shooting with you in the gym. They want the winner of the game or the winner of the race.
Because I've seen y'all men comfort each other, and it is the lamest thing ever. Oh, bro, I had a bad day at work. Oh, man, I'm sorry to hear that. Take it easy, yeah? Here, have a can of beer. Oh, now, would you prefer that? Or, oh, baby, do you want to talk about it? Tell me, what else can I do to make you feel better? If you'd rather be comforted by your bros and a can of beer, then go marry each other, or better yet, go marry the fucking table. And mind you, women nowadays can afford to pay our own rent and bills. We can buy our own meals, and can still afford to go on shopping sprees to pamper ourselves with cute clothes, makeup products, and beauty treatment. So if we can already do that for ourselves, I guess the question is, what do you bring to the table? Period. Okay, I love you always. Bye.
And there you have it, which is why I tell you guys so often, don't pay attention to their words no more. The modern woman today is elevated beyond the words from the majority of them, right? Because they can look at the content in the sector and get all of the different words that make sense. But then what is the actual actions and or behavior behind it? She's just as westernized and modernized as they come. You can threaten men with your independence all that you want. You can wear it as a badge of honor, as if it's going to change behavior. Young women like this will claim that they built the table, set the table, but will always eat at the table alone.
Something that women say to me all the time. Why don't you make your husband a sandwich? Okay,
Is he hungry? Does he want a sandwich? Like, did he say something? I make my husband food the last 4 nights. I've made my husband dinner. Like, I don't understand this weird maker. Like, they're trying to shame women for taking care of their families. Like,
it's ridiculous.
That is another element of feminism that I cannot stand. It's an attack on family and these things that work. It works. Right. Men are biologically unable to have children. So the aspiration to climb a ladder forever, to wake up every single day and not have to worry about being pregnant for 9 months, I mean, that makes sense. We're different creatures, you know?
I think that's like a troll, though. No, it's like all you're good for is like, yo, make me something to eat.
Listen, feminists are the originators of sign language. Shame, insults, guilt, the need to be right. RIP to KS. And the thing is that they have shamed modern women today to not wanting to please their man or take care of their families. It's ridiculous. Let's proceed.
No, that whole concept came from rabid feminists. Like there was something wrong with being in the kitchen, right?
Oh, okay.
And this was sort of this push of women get out of the home and go to work, which has made so many women miserable. So many women miserable.
When Candace is talking about making women miserable, she's talking about the social coercion that feminists impose on modern women today with this independent woman boss bee syndrome. Many feminists say that you're setting women back by saying that they may become miserable if they choose that career path. But what I'm saying is that women should be allowed to choose and not be shamed for not choosing that career woman lifestyle and choosing to opt for a soft life.
Like, I don't like the men that if they're balding, like, don't try to save the hair. Just go ahead and shave it off. Don't try to like spray it.
So why can you wear a wig, but a guy can't do something to fix his balding?
Great question, Kendra.
Because it just doesn't. Mine look great. Theirs don't. Theirs just don't compliment. I met a guy. He was really, really a nice guy. Opened doors, was such a gentleman. But that turned me off. The spray in his hair and in his beard. It was a turn off. Because I'm like, am I still going to be attracted to you when it's not fair?
You know what you're saying right now is exactly how men feel about women with makeup and wigs.
Exactly.
That's exactly how they feel. What you just said. You just said, would you still be attracted to him without it? Yeah, that's the men's sentiments when they meet women with hair and makeup, because they're wondering, will I like you without all of it?
Correct.
Your sentiment is the same exact sentiment as a guy.
Modern women are just simply not self-aware. They've not been trained to look at themselves. They've been trained to look at and judge others, and then also shame others into whatever their perception of perfection actually is. This woman has the audacity to call out hair loss and a man trying to fix it or cover it up. Meanwhile, she's probably balder than that same man. This is how you get so many women whose minimum requirements is 6 figures, but meanwhile, they make no money. They complain about their student loan debt. They complain about their credit cards. They expect you to pay for all of their shit because they can barely support themselves. This must just be a form of subconscious projection. She probably feels secure about herself, but her self-defense mechanism is to look at to others and judge others. Like you said that he was a nice guy. He did all these things for you, but you rejected him because he was trying to give the perception that his beard was still there. The nerve.